movie reviews, and I've watched movies, but I've just been a little lazy to do them. Don't tell anybody. But I'm gonna do some Netflix recommendations today, just in case you guys are browsing around Netflix, don't know which horror movies to watch. If you're anything like me, I hate going through those fucking movies and watching the shittiest horror movies and be like, God damn, I just wasted an hour of my life. So I'm gonna save you that trouble and give you two movies that are actually pretty good. I'm gonna be doing also Netflix recommendations for comedy and dramas and action comedies. All right, so let's start off with the horror movie. Dropping paper. Oh, anyway, so the two movies, I'm just gonna tell you right away what they are. Might have been a ghost, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna tell you what the two movies are right away, and then you guys can stick around for the movie reviews of them. So they are Silent House and Devil's Pass, and they are both available on Netflix right now. If you guys have Netflix, then you guys get to watch two good horror movies for the freeze. All right, so let's go into it. The first one is Silent House. This movie came out in 2011 or 2012, I can't remember. It stars Elizabeth Olsen. It had a wide release. And I remember watching the trailer for this one, and it advertised it as sort of like a slasher film. Like there's some guy who is stalking them in the house, and he's gonna kill him. But the movie is a little bit different than that, and if that's what you're looking for, this might not be the movie for you. But if you like not knowing what's gonna happen in the movie, then this is a good movie for you because it I see my shadow. Anyways, you can. You've kind of, it's a surprise for you. So it's not the type of horror movie that you would really get scared in. There are a couple suspenseful moments, and there are a couple of jump scares that I would say are very well done. I was actually feeling suspenseful, and the thing is that this movie was shot in a single. It's a single shot movie, meaning it was supposed to be shot just once entirely through. So it's just one shot. It's just they recorded for an hour and a half straight, and that's the movie. Not what happened. They did it in 7-minute pieces, and they edited it together to make it look like that. But whatever. Would have been cool if they had done single shot. It makes it look like that. So it makes it look like the camera's just following the person the whole time. There's no edits, no cuts, and I think that's beautiful because everything is pretty genuine. Of course, there are the 7-minute things, so if they messed up, whatever. But it makes it look very genuine, and it makes you feel like you're in the house with Elizabeth Olsen's character. Yeah, this movie has a pretty small cast, 3 or 4, I would say, and it's pretty effective at what it does, and it's kind of centered around the house. So yeah, I enjoyed it. The ending is a twist. Definitely a surprise that I didn't see coming, and I thought it was a very original ending that I enjoy thoroughly. So if you guys are into that type of thing, kind of like creepy, psychological, trippy horror movie, then this would be a good one for you. If not, then I guess don't watch it. Any bad things I gotta say about this? Not really anything. I guess it didn't have as many scares as I would like it to have, and I can honestly see why it didn't do so hot in the box office because it wasn't a big movie, like a big it wasn't like Texas Chainsaw with like a huge stabby person with the chainsaw. Yeah. Or it's not like Sinister or Paranormal Activity or any of that. Any like ghost type of thing. So it strays away from that. So it's something fresh, something original, which I enjoyed. Next one is Devil's Pass. Now this is an indie movie. It's a Ukraine American independent film. So you know that the budget is low. Which can either be a good or a bad thing. It could either be a good thing because it makes them do a lot more practical effects, and it makes them be a little bit more wiser with what they can do, considering they have a small amount of time and small amount of money. But then the bad thing is that they only have small amount of time, small amount of money. They're like, oh well, I guess we don't have enough time or enough money to do all the good stuff, so they make a shitty movie. Fortunately, I was about to say unfortunately. Fortunately, this is actually a good movie done very well. It follows 5 college students who want to go on this trail. I forgot what the name of the trail is, but this happened in real life. Let me tell you the real life story. So in the 1950s, these 10 or 9 experienced professional hikers went on this trail valley thing, and they all died. They were all their tent was ripped apart. You could see them all. They all scattered around as if something had scared them. Um, and some of them had their tongues missing. They didn't die from freezing to death, even though it was below zero. And they all came out with like just shorts or a shirt, meaning they came out quick as hell. Something scared them. And I saw this on Ancient Aliens, and they were like, it was aliens, freaky hair. But I don't know what it could be. The movie suggests it's something paranormal, or it suggests something else. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I don't want to ruin it for you guys. But it's kind of that, and it's basically the students who want to retake this path. And let me start off with the good things. Of course, I don't know any of the actors. These are not very well known, or not well known actors, but there were two leads, of a female and a male lead, and I thought they did spectacular in their roles. They bounced off well off of each other, and you actually felt them being a character, not a person trying to be someone else, which some of these other supporting roles were, and some of their stuff was pretty lame. But I'll get into that later. So yeah, it was them two that were really good. The suspense was great. You felt it kind of slowly climaxing, and I love that about movies. And it was original, it was fresh. It was like, well, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? I had no idea what was gonna happen in this movie, and that's the thing I love most about going to watch a horror movie, is that I don't know jack shit about what's gonna happen in this movie, and that's the best, because what are you most afraid of? The things you don't know. Batman quote right there. Batman Begins. Blah, blah. Anyways, so yeah, so it goes through that, and they start leaving little hints and clues about things that kind of come full circle around at the end, which I thought was fantastic. It drops hints, and some people are gonna be like, that's a little too convenient for the plot, but it's not set in to be convenient for the plot. It's like, oh, here it is, and you're like, oh, okay, weird. And then once the movie ends, it gets closer to the end, it's like surprise after surprise after surprise, and it's just so good. And the ending, so fulfilling for me. Now I'm gonna go, yeah. So let me finish on that. It was so fulfilling. It was a great movie. Oh God, my paper again. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. So now I'm gonna go into the bads. Like I said before, the supporting roles were kind of lame. They were a little bit bad. They weren't really, I mean, what happens to supporting roles in a horror movie, so whatever. I mean, I guess they weren't meant to be super talented, but they're in it for a good, almost through the second act, I would say. Another bad thing I would say, they did use some special effects in it, and again, their budget was really low, so those special effects looked god awful. But the way, the suspense was there when they were using it, but of course, we're all used to like the good special effects, the good CGI. So it didn't take me out enough of the movie. It was only like 6 minutes long, which I appreciated. That was either the director saying, "Oh shit, this looks horrible. Let's only use it a little bit just to keep it going," or he was like, "Fuck, that's all the money I got for it." So yeah. Either way, I think it was great. They only used the special effects CGI for like 6 minutes. After that, they actually used real actors, I think, for stuff that happens. So it didn't take me out enough, but after that, right back into the suspense. Honestly, this movie is full of surprises, and towards the end, it's just surprise after surprise after surprise. And I think that's the best thing about this movie, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this movie. Which one would I recommend more? I would honestly recommend Devil's Pass more over Silent Hill. Silent House. Just because it was so fresh, it was different. They're both fresh and different, but I feel like this one is a bit more like bam, 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 right in your face, more get scared type of thing. So yeah, and it's a short movie. I think it's an hour and a half. So if you can't stand 2-hour movies, this might be good for you. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye. Yeah.